Okay, so we're doing the blind. We've got the Goddess one, the Practical Magic one, and Endora's. And I love that Endora, the name. I just can't help but think Bewitched on that. But this is the one that called me first. Wow. Okay, what's going on here? Okay. All right. Wow. Okay. So there's going to be something that you are definitely bent about, and it needs to be released. This is coming through, and it says, I hope I'm saying this right, Mawa Lisa, Cosmic Power. And this feels like Powerhouse is what came through. And then we have Sate, Grounding. And then we have Medusa, Rage. This is a wound healing that you're doing, and it's powerhouse work that you're doing here. Declaring that I am, declaring what you wanted to create, what you are standing on in principle, in power right now, and then letting the rage cleanse that through. This is something huge, huge, huge. And Medusa gets a bum rap because she wasn't the bad guy. You know, she was victimized, and then this story unfolds. But this is powerhouse energy, grounding and powerhouse. This is cosmic power. This is something that you get to heal, you get to move through, and this is big, big, big. This is something that's old wound. You don't have to carry it, and it feels like heavy on the wrist, almost like you've sprained your wrist. Like anything that you try and lift, if you've got a sprained wrist, feels heavier, whether it's a plate of spaghetti or anything else. And it feels like sprained wrist. It's like you're carrying something and it feels heavier to carry it than to just let it go. The healing is already starting, but it needs to continue. And it's okay to be mad about it. It's okay to be angry. Sometimes when we are feeling frustration and anger, it can be used in a way that fuels, that is a right way to use it, that helps us know whether a situation was beyond our control or the circumstance, or we would just like it to be different. Control needs to be let go of. If there was not control in the situation where the wounding happened, even if you're just jump to get out of the way of something and end up getting hurt, that's just a simple metaphor. But even if you do that, sometimes something comes barreling along the road, you have to jump to get out of the way. Otherwise, you're toast. So it feels like there's a wounding that happened, a rage that's there for a purpose. And this doesn't have to take forever. It will heal. So what else do we got? There is a ferocity that's coming through with this Medusa energy here. Practical magic energy coming through here. This is just energy. This is sweeping something out and releasing it. And I've said to you guys before, sweeping something out the door, whether you sprinkle pepper or put salt on the door frame, whatever it is that you do, whatever is your ritual, sweeping something out the door, even if it's just cobwebs, it's time to sweep it out. Be done with it. Be done with it. Wow. Wow. And this is saying stability, but it's witch's boots. And this is coming through with the cosmic power. Look at these boots. And if you think Nancy Sinatra boots were made for walking, if you think kinky boots and red boots and all kinds of high heel FM heels and heels, those are fighting shoes. Yeah, it's really owning that power that's coming in the biggest way. Owning your magic. And then letters. This is communication. Sometimes there's letters we write that we never send, letters that we write and burn, letters that we write and forgive, letters we write and allow accountability to come through in whatever way and let people know. This feels like a written letter that you don't send, that would be a burn letter, would be a good thing to do. Yeah. Yeah. There really needs some work on the expression of this coming through. Now let's see what else is coming through with Endora's. And I got the double on this, like the double deck. So put this, we're going to scooch these forward a little bit. Scooch these forward. Hopefully the iPad will catch this. All right. Whoa, sorry guys. Hopefully that works. That went down a little faster than I thought. That was a little abrupt. All right. Oh, yes. Okay. All right. We've got the Sphinx. Choosing your words carefully, continuing on from this letter thing. Then choosing the words, writing it out. A temptation that can lead you astray. This feels like the old call that will take you under, take you under, take you under. This also is declaring something in a way, it's, again, giving me, if something takes you under, if something pulls you and pulls you under, you can't let the wound or the rage carry you away in that it becomes you. You have to use it as a tool, use it as fuel, and clear something out. Green Man, the forces of nature that give you favor. Again, this is fire with the burn letter coming through. Let's see what else is coming through. One here, one here. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, so this is saying the raven, darkness looms on the horizon. You got to get rid of this. There's something about this wounding you got to get rid of, be able to walk forward, walk away from whatever this is. And if this is something that, sometimes we have wounds that take a little bit of time that we have to look at again and again, but we can heal a little bit at a time. This is what this feels like. It feels like there needs to be healing done, and allow for a season or a span of time where that is healed enough for the time being. Sometimes there's wounds that will take our entire lives to heal, but this feels like deal with it. Let some of this go. Don't carry it so heavy. Don't carry it so heavy. And then the oracle, seek wisdom and guidance from elders. And this is getting in touch with the spiritual aspect of yourself. Getting very, very grounded. Getting in touch. And the spiritual aspect. Why am I getting Egypt? Okay. I'm getting Egypt and Rome, and this is what I'm getting as places and spaces. These are structures that you can go into mentally for your own meditation, for your own guidance, if you want to go in them. There's the domed with the pillars all around that is on the hill that you can go to. Very, very alabaster, white, beautiful, kind of luminous. If you're wanting to do Life of Rio, Akashic Record, viewing, that's the viewing room. If you come back and go to Egypt, you're going to go into like pyramid space. Yeah, this is pyramid space. Often when I'm doing light language or things of that nature, it brings in pyramid space. It brings in a shore, brings in a pyramid. There's something about this that's coming in. And this is a very protected from the rest of the world. If you had your own personal Egyptian pyramid that you could access, go into, and go be with the ancestors, with the ones that are there, with the stories on the wall, with their histories on the wall, and then your sacred space to be and commune with. That's what I'm getting that needs to come through. Yeah, with Mott, yeah. That's what I've got. That's what's coming through really, really strongly. So yeah, you can go ethereal here, but you also need to get grounded in the pyramid. That's what's come through. That's complete. Wow. I did not expect that to come through, but it does. And when it comes through, I don't get in the way. That's just what comes through has to be let through. Even if it doesn't make sense to me, it'll make sense to you. And that's what matters. So, all right. Let's see if we can get this up a little bit more. Okay, guys. Yeah, it makes sense. Good. Now, Krista's pinch. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Okay. Aiming this down a little bit. Aiming this down a little bit. Okay. There seems to be a selectivity. There seems to be a selectivity. Like I couldn't get it all in the one, and I don't know what that's about. But being very, very selective coming through. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what we got. Okay. You woke up in such a rage this morning. Yeah, it's a righteous anger that needs to have something that is forgiven or released so you can move forward. And if you write it out, who pissed you off, what you carry from the past that you really shouldn't, you don't feel like you want to carry any further, it will help you release that. Okay, let's see what's going on here. We have the seahorse, the tree, the sun, the sheep, the anchor, the leaf. Wow, the very, very snarky cat is what I'm getting here. Cut and release here, a message. And then here. Okay. What I'm getting, we're going to look at this so you can see, is your role is changing. The seahorse can do many roles, not just the assigned role. The role is changing. There's information, illumination on the role changing, ancestry, and as far as getting grounded in what has kept you blocked or stuck, made you tethered. If you think of something that's tethered, if you think of a ship that's tethered, it can't move. It's a blockage. But what you're meant to be doing is dancing. This is the fluffier dreams, the lighter dreams. This sheep is coming through very, very fluffy. Clouds, things that move in a lighter way, that need to move through. On the breeze, on the wind. Yes, yes. You're meant to be a little bit more free, more, not carefree is the word I want to use, but it's the wrong word. Lighthearted, less heavy. So you're meant to let go of this blockage so you can move a little bit more freely. You can move forward. There's something that needs to be cut, released. The tether here needs to be cut, just point blank. That needs to be released. This is usually rider messenger, but you need to carry your message forward in a way that is easier and more lighthearted, less weighed down. The cat. Now this one is the snarky cat, and this one very, very looks kind of Siamese, very, very much comes through. Clever, clever, clever. There's a sense of knowing with cats. There's a sense, yeah, they can go stalking and be very, go catch the mouse, go do the things, or take their time in the sun and just totally relax. But this one wants to leap, and this one is clever. This one wants to chase and to leap. And there's times when cats get the zoomies, and it feels like this has been holding back, holding back, holding back, and there's a dullness that's gone on. The cat needs to have this energy to be able to move forward, to move forward, to move forward. It came in two separate things. There needs to be a cut so that the cat can move freely, so the cat can dance. The slippers are here. It's a graceful thing that happens after you let whatever it is go, after you cut or pull up the anchor, so you're not bound to this old role. There's a little bit of heaviness in the caregiver energy and the lightheartedness that needs to come through so you can be your own cat, do your own thing. A cat doesn't accommodate everybody else and their damn dog. A cat isn't a dog. A cat does what the cat needs to do for itself. This is what needs to happen for you to move more freely. This is what's coming through. You need to move more freely. You need to move more lightly, lightheartedly. Cut whatever it is that's the trauma bond, the tether to trauma that has vexed you of late, or whatever has triggered and pissed you off. It means you need to clear some of those cobwebs still out. Then you can move forward, then you can move forward, then you can move forward. The roles that we play shift sometimes, and sometimes we are meant to take care and give care and help someone along the way. And other times we get stuck in that pattern, and it feels like that pattern needs to be put aside for right now. It does not need to be you taking care of everyone first. No, you need to be more like the cat. The puppy comes up and just wants to be loved, and as soon as its owner's home, it's thrilled. The cat is like, phew. The cat is going to do what the cat needs to do. And it feels like this is what you need to do. And you need to get some of the energy, movement. The cat needs to be able to have the zoomies. If the cat doesn't get enough movement in the day, if the cat doesn't get what it wants in the day, then the zoomies are going to happen. Also, the cleverness to this particular cat at this particular time. Again, we're going back into Egypt land and connecting there. Very, very revered, very, very sacred, the energy of cats back then. Very, very sacred, the way that they move about. Very, very sacred. This is a certain kind of power coming through. That's what I've got. That's what it feels like. So cut the tether, cut the cord to the old stuff, and allow that to go. It feels like the ballet slippers that are down here. Let me show you. These ones. So the ballet slippers, if you can see them, it feels like they are coming, and they're coming quick. Are they today? Likely not. Are they within a week? Yeah. So whatever this is that you're working on, yeah, it feels like within a week, perhaps even a little bit less than that there's going to be more freedom coming through, more expansiveness coming through. This is big for you. This is big. It's the time for change. It's the season for change for you, literally. That's what I got. That's complete. Yeah, I love that. Don't know what all that's about, but I really like it. So, okay. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Yeah. So if you feel cooped up and like you need to have some of the zoomies worked out, then all right, makes sense. Okay. You're welcome, honey. You are welcome. Yeah, and keep a mind on cats. Keep aware. They have a way of knowing. That cats have a very intuitive knowing that's pretty fabulous. So, all right, for Gloria for a blind, that's next. Easy peasy, Gloria. Okay, let me see what we got here. Now, I rearranged my cards recently. Hey there, Gloria. We will see what's going on. We've got the Star Temple, then we've got the Sacred Rebels and the JT Channeling, which I haven't gotten out a whole lot, but very, very interesting. So we're going to start this. Probably you'll see it in an upside down fashion, but that's okay. We're going to start this here so you can see. All right. Okay. What we're getting here is the Aquamarine Star. It's about expression. It says, I express my intuition with self-confidence and love. And then that's, I don't know if I'm saying this right. Tegeta is what it's saying. And then this is Astrope, and it's the mother star, the star mother. And it says, loved, the universal loves and supports me totally. This is definitely support from the cosmos going on. This one is coming through stronger than this one today. There is a blended energy coming through with this. Let's see what's going on here. Sacred Rebels coming through. And I love this. I love this bit of the back of their card with the DNA and the stranding work, because the connections that we have with our ancestors definitely helps us. We are strands of the same family coming through, coming through, coming through. And it connects us with our gifts from those who have come before. So this is very interesting to me. New birth, guarded vigilantly. Look at this. There's something like the color wants to come to life, come to life. Heart energy wants to come through, come through, come through. Now what else is coming through here? Softly, softly, the tender touch. Look at this. Yeah, this is something that's been a long time coming. A new birth that's been a long time coming. Give me just one more. Come to life. This is something that's been worked out for a long time to revitalize, and it feels like what's happening is these want to move down here. It feels like the time for the black and white or non-colored. It's very well illustrated here. Think about, if you think Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, how brown everything was in Kansas. And then she goes to Oz and gets in touch with what's going on and figures out things along the way, and things really come into full vivid color. And this feels like what's happening. I'm going to flip it upside down so you can see how they look. It feels like these went from here to here. And this is the line that you're supposed to be in. You're waking things up more and more and more. You're expressing them more and more and more. It's all from here up through on the chakras. It's heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye chakra right now. That is really important for you. What else is coming through? There is something about going gently for you. There is something about softly, softly, and going gently. It's not that it has to be push for you. No, no, no. It needs to be gentle, very gentle. Love never dies. This feels like something from the other side coming through here. The journey, rider, grounding, the child within, and mirror. Okay, we're going to start here. Even though the child within is over here, it feels like this is coming through. The journey is coming through. There's an understanding of a little bit of how you felt like you're walking your path a little on your own, or a little bit more forlornly than it needs to be. There's a reminder that love never dies. This feels like, it does feel like child energy from the other side. I don't know. It feels like there's a sibling from the other side from a previous time. Sibling or playmate, very similar age, like within the same 2-year span. Sibling or playmate. It's not exactly twin, but it feels like definitely sibling or playmate from the other side, child within energy going on. This feels like something that this one is around. Sometimes we have people in our lives that we're currently in that are here on the earth, traveling earth school with us at this time. Other times we've had other lives and people from other lives that are helping create synchronicities as we go through. And they don't necessarily always be grandmothers or ancestors or that kind of thing. This feels like sibling or playmate, child within. It feels more like playmate, like Yeah, there's a song, Say Say Oh Playmate, and it's about these little girls that are playing dollies, and it feels like that kind of energy coming through. And there is a story coming in, and this is the story about the two girls, the story about the two girls, the story about the two girls. This is coming in strongly today. There's this energy of sisterhood and besties coming in, and this is in the field, and it's in this reading very, very strongly. And this one, you have the mother energy, and you have here this strong, strong woman energy. But it feels like you have to go back to the Say Playmate days, to this time when you could understand. Again, one is a reflection of the other. One is very complementary to the other, not exactly the same, not identical. Very, very complementary, not exactly the same. You know, when you have friends that are very different from you, friends that are almost not opposite, but they reflect and bring things forward in a way so strongly, in a way. These work really well together. This is, okay. Say, oh, playmate. This is, yeah, and it talks about the rain barrel and bring your dollies and all of this. Lucy is saying gently, gently, yes, gently, gently, softly, softly, gently, gently. This is moving slowly through the wash of memory. What I'm getting is inside this green shed, rain on a pane of glass, little girls sitting inside. Uh, um, there's dolls, there's jacks. This is of an era gone by, a time when there wasn't all this electronical hubbubbery. This is very, very old school. This could be lost in time. Sh- shifts, shifts like slips, shifts as in the clothing article, shifts like little white pinafore shifts. Don't know if I've got the right word. It's like almost like little dress, little like regular dress, but a pinafore on it. This is the time that's coming through, coming through. Yeah, it could be a long, long ago. And yeah, it's a rainy day. You're hiding out. It does feel like this shed. There is tools there. There is smell of hay. It doesn't feel like there's animals in this shed. It just feels like it's storage. Um, feels a little like rural, and the grass is green, but it feels like there's a little bit of hay or new grass in there. It just is playing in the rainstorm in this shed. This is playing early, early childhood, and the rain doesn't faze you or bother you. You need to remember this energy of how it was to just play. It wasn't the rain was wrecking your day. It wasn't life was so serious. The child within was returning. The remembering what that was like is important. The journey and the light-hearted journey. You've traveled this before. Anything else? Yes. Divine Mother. Divine Mother. This is not so much about Earth Mother, Divine Mother, the divine feminine energy, creating, receptive, working together, yielding. The playful way to learn instead of the forceful way to learn. This isn't learning anything by rote or memorization, or you must learn multiplication tables by writing them 50,000 times. This is receptive. Of course it's raining outside. So if we go outside, we'll get wet. So we might as well go in the shed and play. In the world, not of the world, and being the hunter and not the hunted. This is seeking in a different way. This is the reminder to be the hunter, not the hunted, and it doesn't sound as aggressive. This is be the seeker. In the world, not of the world. This is something you were born in the world to do, to remember this grounding and playful energy, and to look it square in the eye. Some of us as kids have had like invisible friends, or seen spirits, angels, ancestors, friends from the other side when we were very young and they're not here. Some of us have had these visions where we've seen, right? It feels like this is a reflection. This is a scene. This is a playmate known to you that has old wisdom, that if you tap into this young, it feels like maybe 9, maybe 7, 8, 9. This age, this imagery, plug into this imagery. She'll return. Yeah. She come out and play with me. She's calling for you to come play, to understand, to remember, to go through. two of the same but different again, and the eyes are coming through on this. Two of the same but different. The mirror's coming through here with the eyes here. Two of the same but different. It's in the eyes. You'll know. You'll know. It feels like she's meant to be a guide. Yeah, that's what's coming through. Don't know what this is about, but like when Nell appears to me, and Nell is very, very young. I can see Nell very young, very, very playful energy. This is somebody that you knew, and this feels like you knew as human childs walking the earth together in time gone by. I don't know if we're Victorian or Edwardian time frame, but that's what it feels like. Anything else? No, travel lightly, connect with the cosmos. This is what's asked. This is what's asked. The Star Mother, the Divine Feminine, all of it, asking you to be here, be present, and allow her in. Be receptive. That's what I've got. That's complete. Holy smokes. Yeah, flow. That's what she's asking. Flow. Okay, wow. That's what came through. That's totally a blind read, and the blind's just whatever comes through is what comes through. Holy smokes, holy smokes. Gloria, that was gorgeous. Yeah, that was beautiful, beautiful. It'll be interesting to see, for you to see how this comes through, how this manifests, where she'll chirp in and pop in to your space, whether it's in your dream space, whether it's in your day and you're awake and you're like hearing clairaudient. It feels like you're going to hear clairaudience. That's what it feels like. So that's what I got going on. Okay. Let me get some water and we'll see what's next. Okay. Okay. So do we have Kristen for the year ahead? Is that what we're getting? Is that what we're trying to get? You guys let me know if I've got that wrong or if I've got that right. I don't know. So we'll see. Oh. Hopefully you guys can see me. That's coming through with a new message. Kristen, year ahead. You got it. Okay. And I'm going to show the information in case this needed corrected or anything. If you use Cash App, it's the and not the A. And Venmo is the @ sign, and PayPal. So my iPad is being a little slow today, but Kristen's been here before. We know this. So year ahead for Kristen. What are we doing? Give me a minute. I need a minute. I need a little more water. I myself need to get just a little bit more grounded. Like I'm taking my shoes off under my desk for a minute just to feel the carpet below. That's as close as I can get right now. Those are too watery. Okay. All right. We're ready for the year ahead now. We're going to go into the Gregory Scott deck for Kristen. All right. Let's see what we got here. And this one is quite interesting imagery. Traditional, but modern art, traditional RWS types of meanings and so forth here. So let's see what's going on with this. We've got the two small decks that I had to write all over because they were like driving me crazy before I got my bifocals on my glasses. And then this one. I want 3 cards in the center for you, honey. Usually it's 2, but I want 3. I'm feeling 3. 3 is a good number for you this year. I don't know what it is. You need to be aware and looking for angel numbers, which usually come in triples or more, but 333, 333, 333. You should be learning that. Yeah. Also, look for the solo 9. The solo 9, when you see the solo 9, it's meant to also be like bouquet, be like gift. I'm getting the solo 9, and I'm getting Lenormand, and I'm getting gift coming in. The 333 needs to come in. Let's see what's going on for you. Oh. Okay, let's see what's going on. All right. Here we go, coming down. What we're seeing here, 7 of Cups, and it's like choices, spoiled for choices and too many choices. But look, there's 3 that are listening there, 3 that are paying attention, and 1 that isn't. You need to be listening a little bit more. Return to the listening. This is what I'm asking, what I'm seeing. 3 here. Trying to teach the one in the temperance zone. This is what it is. You're trying to be taught a lesson, you need to return to the listening. And then strength card here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But the 3 here are trying to help. The 3 here are learning. You need to return to the learning. There's something here that's trying to balance out for you. I'm not sure what that's about, but this is what I'm getting. Temperance and strength are huge, huge major arcana lessons that you're getting this year. And there's going to be choices, choices, choices. So don't procrastinate. Just return to the learning, return to the listening. All right, now we're going to put this to the side and we're going to go all the way around and then we'll clarify with these in a minute. Let's see what we got here. We're still in May for you. Sometimes I'll get the year ahead and I'll be going with it and it's like, okay, do we start the next month? No, we're starting in May for you. So we're still plenty in May. There's stuff that you need to know for May coming up. Current. May. June. July. Wow. Okay. Okay. August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Swapping. Okay, we're starting in May here, and hopefully you can see this. So what we've got is a lot of support, a lot of what feels like security to you right now in May. This feels like security. It also feels like a little timidity. I don't know if that's even a word. Timidness. A little reluctance to move forward. This king is coming in, but also what's coming through is, you know, the page that sometimes hesitant, that has the gift but not ready to share it. That's coming in a little bit too. There's a little bit of reluctance, a little bit of limbo-esque type of energy. And then June, Tower. You need to go. I love the Tower. It's, oh no, oh crap, everything's gone crazy. Plot twist, wrecking ball, everything falling down, catastrophe, beautiful disaster. There's a shakeup, a major outside influence that shakes something up in June. So get grounded, be very grounded, be prepared for whatever it is. Know what it is that you have, that you need to have prepared, but don't be reluctant to learn. You have the student again coming through with this, be listening, ready to learn. The page of coins is coming through all of this. You might as well just put a page of coins on everything all the way around here, because this is learning and a little bit of hesitance, and you're overcoming something where you're not reluctant any further. You're going to move forward, because you're going to understand that it is secure to do so. And there's nothing left to lose is what I'm getting here. When this tower falls down, there's nothing left to lose. There's nothing ventured, nothing gained is how my mom used to express it. If you're going to try something new, whether it's taking a class or doing anything else, well, she'd say, well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. You might as well try it. Wheel of Fortune is with you in July. You might as well try it. Whatever this opportunity that comes in July, might as well try it. Then you get the Page of Wands, wanting to explore. You're shaking off some of this overly groundedness that you're having in May by August. Now let's see what else is going on. I want to see what's going on August-wise. Oh, victory, yes. Just the attempt, just the trying, just the doing. Following the Wheel of Fortune here. It wouldn't seem like this would be so good, but for you, whatever that gets stripped down, taken down, torn down, and back to ground level, resets a foundation and allows you to move forward. You decide, okay, I'm going to explore this, and you get victory coming through. This is victory. Huge, huge. Celebration, recognition, seeing something. Victoriousness coming through here in August. September, we've got the King of Cups. Loving this. This is when you're like, keep calm, carry on, don't worry. King of Cups, very, very balanced, detached, huge. This is September. October, Judgment. To thine own self be true, and you have learned this, you have learned this. You're holding the line, holding the light, holding your own self in integrity, and it's not just the accountability aspect. No. It's just how to express. You know, when you're peeling the onion and layers come off, this is what it feels like. Layers of external that need to be shed for you to get to the very, very essence of the thing is coming through on this. To thine own self be true. Coming through in October. I want to see what else. Clarification. November has a boundary. So I want to see what's going on between October and November. Now, here in the States and in Utah, October is Halloween and masks and costumes and all of that, right? It's like you're removing the version of yourself that you wear to placate others, removed, set aside. The version that you've become by making choices, exploring, and going stronger, being truer, coming in really, really strong. Oh my gosh, yeah, you've been working and working and working at this. You're doing and doing and doing. Okay, look, look, look. This is the lesson. Do you see? Do you see? This is why it's trying to balance so much. The temperance coming in on this. This is the work that you have for this year, is to balance, to balance, to balance, to follow the nudge. You've got temperance right here coming in strong, strong, strong. This is your work. You'll be holding your boundaries in November, but whatever this is, in being true to yourself and declaring this is what you're doing or what you're pursuing, the skill, the art, the mastery, the internship, it's like you're shifting from intern to master of something, and temperance and figuring out flow and moving with the gentle nudge. This is something you're learning. Balance, balance, balance. As student and teacher, as student and teacher, and learning and student and teacher again and again. Those roles help you soften, help refine, help smooth something over for you. 7 of Wands coming in here, Hierophant coming in December. This is the one that's teacher, given the keys, promotion, ready to move on, ready to move on. Yeah, there will be some sort of mastery that happens November to December. The mastery is there in the 8, but the boundary is held, understood. Is when you set a new boundary, sometimes other people have issues with it. It feels like by this time when you set the new boundary, they're going to know, oh, this is how she operates now. This is different now. Yeah, okay. This is you having established a boundary clearly enough, repeatedly enough that people get, this is the version of you they get to deal with now. And this is a good thing. This is a leveling up for you and also leads to a leveling up for them. Teacher and student coming in December, and then in January, the World card coming through. This is huge. You're getting the keys to something to move forward into the next year, and you've completed something and advanced. If it were in the terms of the student, again, Page of Coins coming through almost as strongly as if he's standing here. That's Page of Coins coming through so strongly. That's the card that I say is the Batman card. Go be Batman, go be Batman. If it was the student, it would be like moving from the graduation of high school to college. There's an advancement. There's a level up. What else is going on here? Oh my gosh, I didn't even see it before. Holy cow. Holy moly, I've got to put this down. I put the Queen of Wands down, but I have to show you. I'm so excited I can hardly stand it. Okay. Hopefully you can see it. There's temperance right here, and we've got December, January, February is temperance. Right in the center, temperance here. If I were to use 4 or 5 decks, you'd probably see more temperance. You've got this 3 times. This is the huge lesson. I told you about 3s. There's going to be 3 definite balances, 3 different challenges to the balancing. And this is when I've got them clearly coming out here, here, here. Here's the Queen of Wands. She's very, very territorial, very, very approachable, the most sensual. She's completed the lessons. And when she enters the room, that's when the party is there. That's when people know. She's got so much sparkle. She attracts to her. And she is very much fiery, inspirational, and like the sunflower, just brings light, follows light, and glorious in her own right. But this is slaying me. So between January and February, you're getting this temperance lesson again. I don't know how to say it clearer than these cards are saying it. That is insane. But that's what's coming through. This is the huge lesson. The strength over time to have done it over and over and over time is big. That's what's going on in February and March. Well, no darn wonder. March, there's new High Priestess energies and gifts that will be bestowed next March. This whole time leading up to this is a preparation for something else to open to you. And it's going to open in a big way. You've learned to follow the nudge. You've learned to balance and flow. Learn to follow the nudge. Learn to follow the flow. So you're asking questions along the way that are leading you to a deeper, deeper, deeper understanding, a deeper answer. Something that is hidden from you now will be made clear in March. This is huge for you. April, Ace of Swords. There's a certain truth that's coming through. When we get flashes of our own records, whether they're the Akashic records, whether it's past life, whatever you want to call it, whether we're seeing what it is that's even like a vision of self in future really clearly. Yes, that's the reference I'm getting to use. It can come in a flash moment. You'll see yourself very, very clearly. And it's meant not as a goal to chase, but just a reflection of self that's coming through very, very strongly. Understanding and having wisdom and sharing this. This is what's happening here in March and April next year. This whole year right now that's happening is you getting ready to move forward. You getting learned and knowledge and understanding this knowledge base for yourself in order that when you do move forward, there is wisdom because you've had the information not just here, but it's been here. It's sitting with you and understood. It's not just known to the mind, it's known to the bone. Anything else? King of Wands. This is when you inspire. This is when you inspire others and you lead. And when the King of Wands is operating correctly, he leads profoundly. The King of Swords is the one that isn't here. The Sword of Truth is here. The King of Swords is strategic, take times. This is not strategery. This is because you've become a different kind of creature in a very feminine way. Very femininely aspected way. You have chosen to lead. It is like you are helping to usher in the divine feminine in such a strong way. But it's these kings, the highest authority in tarot is usually the king. But this is what's coming in. You're tempering it. Yeah, this is what's coming in. King of Wands wants to lead. You had the groundedness here. You have the emotional lesson here. And the inspirational lesson here coming through. Anything else? Rounding out the year for her. Don't refuse this gift. Now, there's going to be a lot going on around you. And this one is very, very beautifully done. Usually you see the Four of Cups and it's like meditation, navel gazing, a little boredom, a little apathy. The dude sitting under the tree kind of looking like, okay, I'm going to pout for a while. I don't know what to do, but I'm going to pout. This is so much going around you that the gift will be offered and presented in different ways. You usually see the fourth cup coming through on the cloud. This is how it looks in this deck. The Four Cups need to be grounded and honored. Think also magician when you think this. Think about using all of the elements and then think about what's going on around you. You might see things that are a little bit pie in the sky thinking here with the Seven of Cups. You need to keep yourself grounded. This is what came in first, right? Grounded. Because there's going to be outside influences quite strong coming up. So be aware. Be very, very grounded in what you're doing. Be aware. And then allow the metamorphosis to happen because that's what's going on here. It's not just fairies and dragons. There's plenty of butterfly energy coming through here. This is a year of metamorphosis. This is what's going on. And it doesn't happen overnight. That's what I've got. That's complete. Holy cow. That was gorgeous. Temperance is the lesson you're definitely learning. The threes, and then the 9. Yeah, absolutely a stunner. That's what I've got. Love, love, love that. Yeah, me too. Love it when the cards are that clear. It's like, okay, we're listening now. We are listening now. So yeah, that's what I got. All right, the list is clear. Okay, guys, let me show you what we're doing. If you're new in the room, whatever, I'll let you know what we're doing. And then if we want to do a collective, we'll do a collective. Oh, it's asking me to do the puzzle. Hang on, guys. Sorry. Asking me to do the puzzle piece. Okay, this is what we're doing. This is $20 for the blind, $30 for the year ahead. That's what you just saw done. 30 for a mini, 40 for a full. This is usually how many cards, but I do tend to get nosy. You see that. And then these are my specialty reads. This is how you can pay me. Let Kim know if you are wanting to do a paid read. Let Kim know. Get on the list. We'll do that. And this is how you can pay me. Venmo at A5C Butterfly, Cash App, $THE, The Feisty Butterfly, PayPal, afeistybutterfly@gmail.com. Let's do a collective. Let me get a little water, and we're going to go into the collective. Wow, we're going to go into the collective right away. We're going into the moon garden for this. I don't know why we're going into the moon garden for this. Really gorgeous, gorgeous. I thought we might be going into something a little bit different, but no, it's the moon garden. The moon garden wants to come through. We'll put this one up here. I don't know if I'll even need it. I don't need it. Hang on. Put that back. I don't need the duplicate. I just need this one. There's something what's coming in this wave, and it's very, very purple like my nails, very purple like the gilding on here, purple like when women had wings. There's this purple and amethyst energy coming in. I don't know if you can see the gilding on here. But those energies are very, very strong right now. This is a lot of third eye opening up, a lot of people waking up, a lot of awareness shifting, changing, being aware, and some people are going to be startled. Not necessarily spooked, but startled. So yeah, that foil color is coming in very, very strong. there's, feels like there's, I don't know how to describe it other than heavy or deep, dark purple color. Not quite like this, but very much amethyst, like really, really present, almost a little bit more grape than this. Not so blueberry purple as it is grape. Yeah. What's coming in? Why do I need that? Okay. I'm getting shown the amethyst rocks, and then I'm showing grapes on the vine. The wine, when the wineries will be ready, it's like there is something that's coming into harvest, and it's coming in soon. Grapes are heavy on the vine. Grapes are heavy in the vine. A lot of people are doing, yeah. I'm getting the movie title, Walking in the Clouds. I think that's what it is. And grapes being really heavy on the vine, and the phrase walking in the clouds. This is a lot of people there. They are not aware of what they're understanding. They're not aware of what's coming through for them. But this is the third eye trying to open, and they are trying to navigate, but it does feel like a little bit walking in the clouds. Now let's see what else is going on this. Then we'll see what happens. Why are the grapes so fat? Very sweet, very juicy. There's a sweetness that comes. People don't understand. It's not that there's sour grapes. There's sweet grapes coming on. There's a lesson that comes in this harvest after a period of time. A hard-won lesson. And an opening up, a realization that's, for some people that have been hard-nosed, stubborn, and hard-nosed about something. There's a backing off and an understanding of like a sigh of relief and an like the light bulb is going on for some, and it's been a long time that others have been waiting for the light bulb to like bing. It's like going on. Okay, all right, Moon Garden. Let's see what we got here. We got the King of Swords. This is lasting a 3 months. This is coming in straight up as just giving me a timestamp, which this one for me, 3 months. Keanu Reeves, Walk in the Clouds. Yeah, that's the movie that I was thinking. Knight of Staffs. The truth that's coming through, that's undeniable, and that there has been a little bit of recklessness, but there is something where integrity is being forged, choices are being forged. Push comes to shove. Sometimes people will act a little ignorant until they meet somebody that is different, that they totally adore. Okay, sometimes this happens with people. The easiest analogy to give you is like, it happens with people when there's groups that are different or others that are different. But the best way I can give you the analogy is, say you get this cat that keeps coming to your porch. This stray cat keeps coming. You're like, get away, cat. I don't like you. Go away, go away, go away. Pretty soon you find yourself leaving tuna out for the cat or whatever. Pretty soon you're like, that cat must be here for a reason. So when you get to know that cool cat one-on-one, you're like, okay. And you're not like, I don't like cats. You're like, yeah, okay, cats are all right. This is what is coming through. This is this acceptance that's a little bit different, and this integrity that comes through when you understand on a one-on-one basis the individuals a little bit more. There needs expansion in the heart and allowance for these hard-nosed, stubborn people. There needs to be more love and acceptance of them as humans. The cat needs to understand the human needs to understand the cat a little bit more. So whoever might be different from you, or who you might feel is intolerant and you don't like them because they're intolerant, it's not that you have to put up with, but you need to get to know them in a personal way, in an individual way. Know your neighbors, know your community. This is huge. Four of Staff. This is a time to celebrate this spring, time of moving forward, moving through a threshold. A portal has been opened. Moving through the threshold, weddings, celebrations, and births. There is something being birthed for the collective right now, and it's big, big, big. Some people need to reclaim, retreat, reclaim. No more be on the fight, but reclaim, restore, renew. This is neighbors helping neighbors. This is people looking out for each other. This is expanding love. We get a lot of bombardment of uptight energy, but what we haven't seen recently that does happen frequently, if there is a natural disaster or a car accident, you see a whole group of people lift the car off of somebody so they can get out. There is good in our fellow beings that needs to be more seen and more allowed through us in the daily grind. It doesn't need to be that big of a thing for us to honor each other. The Hermit's trying to shine light on this. This is the dark night of the soul that many of us have been through. And this is like the Hermit is shining light. There's a lot of people trying to ascend, trying to wake up, and they need a little bit of a help. This is shine a light on it where you can. This is why loving that stupid cat, even though it's like, I don't like cats, I don't like cats. Loving that stupid cat comes through so strongly. Now, my grandma was really afraid of cats, my grandmother. And she was the one that had stray cats that would occasionally leave Tuna out. And like, okay, she didn't ever have the cats inside the house. But yeah, she made her peace and friends with the cats. Very interesting. 8 of Staves. Now, we got the 3-month period, and this is saying the next 8 weeks in particular, they're still going to be turbulent and a frenzied pace. So we've got June and July where there's this frenzied pace. August, things becomes a little bit different. What else is going on, Crossy? The world. So we've got one portal or one threshold that we're completing and moving through here. Weddings, graduations, birth in the spring energy. The world completes something and opens up to a new cycle coming up. This is what's going on. That's the collective. That's what I've got, guys. That is beautiful. And this is Tarot of the Moon Garden. And they have a bordered and a borderless. And this is borderless. So that was gorgeous, gorgeous. But that's what I have for the collective. All right. So yeah, if you guys want to get a read, let Kim know, get on the list, and she'll keep you posted as to who's coming up next. We've got Krista for a pinch is what it looks like. So if that's correct, then that's what we'll go through. Hey, Cass, good to see you. Okay. Kristen for a pinch. Let's see what's going on. Now, when I do the pinches, they often will read very Lenormand or blended, hybridy. I don't know how to call it. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. What is this? Something that needs prepared, smooth. The wrinkles need smooth. Okay. Wow, this is a big and busy. Let's see what we've got. Okay. I'm going to flip this down so you can see, Kristen. All right, and it's recording. So what we got here is a carrot, and this is coming through like the carrot being dangled, This feels like... frankly, I'm getting a little bit of swindler in creation. This needs to be more rooted and have time to grow. The carrot, it feels like somebody is, wow. What I'm getting is this carrot that they're dangling in front of you to help create with them. It's always going to be ahead. Something's going on that's really weird in this energy. And usually time travels this way when I'm doing these reads of the charms. So it feels like somebody is a promises, dangling the carrot, dangling the sweet thing. And it's like trying to get this almost by way of bribe, but dangling a carrot in front of you. And it's a false carrot. That's what I can tell you. It does not feel real at all. It feels like they're trying to juice you. I'm getting a lot of orange juice you, trying to use your power. Yeah, somebody wants your creativity and they're operating kind of by way of vampire. A very weird thing to get off of carrot and butterfly, but that's what's coming through, and I'm never getting in the way of the message. If that's what's come through, that's what's come through. All right, let's look back down to the charms. Don't know what's going on with that, but that is weird and wild, and it feels like this is almost done. Oh, yeah, that... We've got skull and crossbones. You've been warned. Somebody is trying to pirate. Somebody is trying to take booty that isn't theirs by apprehending what is yours, taking your creativity, and it's in a square alignment here. Yeah, you now know. Be aware. I don't know if it's that girl is poison, that guy is poison. La da 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 da. Yeah. That man is poison. Something like that. Poison is coming through. I mean, it doesn't get any more plain than skull and crossbones there. But that's where it is. Yeah. This is why we're getting somebody trying to take in the vampire. It's not good. Somebody trying to take your creative energy too much is not good for you. You need to be truer to yourself, more self-contained. All of this little group comes up as self-contained. You've got purple moon here. You've got purple moon here. You can see this. This is your knowing. This is the sweetness and the knowing. This is opening up the third eye. This is your knowing. Knowing value, knowing worth, knowing how hard you fought to have these different facets of self shine through. The faceted diamond, very, very much. You know your worth. Don't let yourself be swindled by a promises person. No. Know your value, know your worth. Trust what your third eye is knowing and telling you about this. This is something else that's coming in the crown chakra, also opening, gifts that are opening. Below something is a mask and a lion. Oh my gosh, you're just getting cautionary. A lot of bravado. What are you doing? Oh, honey. Okay. What I'm getting is you are like yummy treats to somebody. I don't know how to say it plainer. You are the siren, and you're getting a lot of the Leo in the mask, this bravado. Leos are great. Leos, every sign has their assets and liabilities, but you're getting something that is fiery bravado, and a mask. And sometimes, if you're drawing people that are masked or wearing the mask too strongly, it can get you in a pickle. So be aware. Be highly aware. Your crown chakra and the third eye is opening up, trying to tell you to let this knowledge that you have about self and the facets about yourself that you have, let them draw the right thing, but not false bravado, not masked bravery. All right. If anybody is to be lion here, you are to be the lion. You are to be the one that is fierce. You are to be the one that is strong and for yourself to do. Now, I want to see this one. Okay. All right, sweetie. All right. That's what I thought. What we're seeing here is the wide-eyed doe. This is a wanting of a thing. A transformation has happened, but a wanting of a thing, and there's a wide-eyed over-trusting that is being given to someone that needs to not be there. I want to go into the cards on this one, even though it's a charms read. I want to go into the cards because this is coming through so strongly and so strangely. So I want to go to that. Just give me a second and I'll choose. I want to go to my cards. Hang on. Okay, Feisty Butterfly Tarot is Butterfly Bomb, but Pamela Coleman Smith art. I want to know what's going on. Why is she encountering this, and what does she need to know? 3 cards, please. Let's just keep it simple. Yeah. If you're encountering this, it's almost like you need to learn this one last time to level out of this. Yeah. You need to leave this fucker behind. Leave this fucker behind. That's what I'm getting. This is somebody that makes you feel out in the cold when really you've got enough of your own wings to take flight and get to a different place. This limited thinking, limited thoughts, and somebody breadcrumbing you. This is what I'm getting. This is a lesson where you are learning separation. Going your own way is going to be actually stronger for you, and it's going to be of such a nature that it cannot be unclear any further. The butterflies are coming through here. I went to this deck. It's strongly butterflied. You're moving beyond what would be toxic patterning, toxic people, old people that leave you out in the cold, old people that keep you limited. You don't need this. You don't need to be breadcrumbed any further. You've got your own sense of self going on, your own faceted self, and you've got protection around you more than you realize. So feel secure and strong in the knowledge that you'll be taken care of, provided for moving forward. Yeah, don't let your mental energy be drained on this over and over and over again. Yeah, you've stood strong over and over and over again. You have this. You have defended. You are resilient. But that doesn't mean you have to stand strong with others that are trying to take or tear down. No, it's better to stand strong on your own and not let it play a mental game where you're defending anything else. Now you need to explore. Now the strength comes through. The strength is in you. The lion was here on the charms, and the lion's coming through here. You've seen and observed enough. You don't have to have harsh communication. You just need to move on in a way that is truer to you. That's what's coming through on this. This is big deal read. Usually the charms come through with a little bit lighter flavor, but these are coming through much, much more strong, much fiercer for you. You need to stand in your own power, in your own strength. Hold true to what it is that is you, the facets of you that are you. And if you get this warning, if you feel like you need to separate and be out in the cold, pay attention. Your third eye is trying to tell you strongly here. You need to transform, metamorphosize, move beyond whoever would hold the carrot forever for you to be chasing. Yeah, they don't need to get that from you any further. That's what I've got. That's complete. Holy smokes. Wow, that was a wild one. All right, let me put the charms back. That's what I've got. Wow. Yeah, the charms usually come in a little bit wise or a little bit sweet, but not usually as cautionary. This is coming in as cautionary, toxic patterning. Now, sometimes when I'm talking, people will instantly go to the love relationship or the romantic relationship. That's not the only relationships that we have that can be toxic. Sometimes toxic patterning can be parents or family, or people we've outgrown, or people that would not care to have us grow. They would care to keep us convenient for their purpose, running their errands, doing their whatever, using our energy on their behalf, draining to the point of toxicity rather than us being allowed to stand in our own truth. So that's what I've got. Okay, let me get a little drink of water and then we'll see what's next. Okay, Brandy, past life. Okay, all right. I thought, okay, Brandy, past life. Brandy, will you give us a shout out and let us know if you are here? Okay. Yeah, that was a little bit of a wild one, but hey, whatever. That's how they go. Okay, you're back. Okay, past life for Randy. Let's take a look. Okay. What is over here? What is pulling? What is pulling? Give me a second. Yeah, okay. We're going. Okay. All right, we're starting in the Citadel, which is really kind of a weird deck. I mean, I have it in my past life cards, but I don't, it's an unusual one for me to go to first. And then this one we're going to, and it's got like the different characters. So we're going to see what's going on there. Then we might go into the Witches by Dugan or the Forest that I recently got. These are kind of different ones to get for past lives. I have certain ones that I kind of tend to prefer, but I'm getting guided otherwise, so that's what we're doing otherwise. The Wise One and the Priest. Very interesting. Is there one more in here? No. Okay, it's in here. Hang on. Let me move these so I have room to stretch on this. Put these here. Where are we going? This was like an untraditional priest. So often in modern times we see the word priest and we think big organized religion type of priest, those kinds. This feels like an untraditional priest. The Lawyer and the Waiter. What is this? Here we go in here. What's in between the two? We got two separate people coming through. The Waiter is the Wise One. The Priest is the Lawyer. What in the world? And then the Fool. Wow. What I'm getting is a big argument over a child right now. A big argument over a child. Somebody trying to protect the child, protect the child, protect the child. This is somebody that doesn't even have like money to care, but is the wise one, is the right one, is the rightly suited one to raise this child. The Fool's coming in as child. Lawyer's coming in as priest. This is powers that be, powers that be. This is powers that be wanting to protect, almost like not quite a benefactor or a conservatorship, but somebody trying to protect this one. This is coming through. This is the heart of it right here. And these two influences, these are two people that are, and it does feel like they are masculines trying to protect this child. The Fool here coming through. What's going on with this? Wow. This young kid. Wow. There he is again, right in the center. Holy moly. Yeah, young kid, fair-haired. There's something, and this kid feels like, this is young girl. This kid, even though the Fool is represented by boy, it feels like young girl, young kid. These two are trying to protect. Let me flip this down so you can see. Sorry. I was lost in the cards there for a minute. This is what we got. This one that would serve, that would attend to, that would take care of, the Wise One, the Waiter, the kitchen person that is related to the other kitchen person. And what is that about? Retreat, the women. This is somebody that has a setup, and this would be, somehow they're in service. I don't know if they're running their own bar or if they are running a kitchen somewhere, but this one needs protected. Outside outskirts. This is just beyond the wall. Protected. Lawyers giving money to make official, benefactor somewhere here. Huh, yeah. Money here. young girl here. Okay, what's going on here? Oh. What I'm getting, I get this often, is mistake of youth, return of the unfaithful lover, all of this coming on. This is coming through. This is the youth that made the mistake related to here. It's his mistake. This feels like father and son coming through here. That's the dad to this young girl. This is the grandpa energy. This is the father. This is why there needs to be legal protections and guards. The young son, mistake of youth. Related to kitchen. Deception. The truth. Make a choice. Waiter says make a choice. Waiter, wow. Waiter's a badass. Waiter is challenging. Make a choice. It feels like the waiter is demanding that whoever this is that fathered this young one, he needs to do right. This is why the lawyer is involved. This is why the old money is involved. It feels like there's a young girl child that is here that needs protected, and there's arguing about who and how she's supposed to be in the world, who and how she's allowed to be in the world. Really, really strange. But this argument, this one comes in. This is the waiter right here, the wise one. Doesn't want you having any bullshit business with this nonsense. The known lineage would create problems, and that's what's going on. The known lineage would create problems. This happens all the time, not just in like wackadoodle fairy tales. It happens all the time. What's going on here? There's status quo that doesn't need disrupted. The status quo, the contentment, this is what needs, it doesn't need disrupted. If the status quo is upended, it shatters everything for a lot of people. So this one, the fair-haired girl child, will travel through life not knowing her paternal line, not knowing her dad. And it doesn't even feel like it's so much aristocracy and royals and all that. It's just somebody with standing, somebody with legal standing. This could easily be judge's lawyer, somebody with a little bit high standing. But this one wants to make sure that the child is provided for, doesn't visit often. The waiter and the kitchen girl take care of this child. Now, what's going on with this? Here's the child again, older, 2 paths, having to choose. This one wants to go exploring, travel more, go see the world a little bit more, travel. What's going on with that? It's like the shelter that has been there for years, literally, it feels like teen now. We're past the young, youthful child. This child is now in the teens, early teens. And still, although it's represented here, it's coming in as female. This person's in the teens. I'm getting age 14 being very significant. What's going on at age 14? What's the exploration of? What are they trying to learn, trying to do? Okay. We've got the miser and the champion coming through. They know something's up. It's like they know something's being withheld from them. They know. They suspect. They're 14 now. They know something's up. Going out to champion something. Trying to discover the truth. Trying to figure out what's going on. Why is the devotion coming in? The devotion coming in. The mother's devotion for the young girl who wants to know the truth about the parentage. but the mother is devoted to keeping this on the hush. It's dangerous. It's dangerous to know who the parent is in this particular case, because it would be crushing, and it could be used to leverage or weaponize either against the girl and the mother, or held over the judge, lawyer, legal person, affluent person. By that person's opposition. I'm getting keep the girl child secret, keep her secret, keep her safe. This is something is done to protect. This is something done protect, something done to protect, to protect you in your own tribe. This is what's going on. The family that doesn't have the wealth is supported enough, but it's to protect you. They know that. Everybody around you knows that, including the waiter guardian person. We're seeing you older, moving forward, older. Again, walking away from what would be how you've grown, the way you've grown, the way you're raised, whether this is kitcheny bar, whatever this restaurant-y kind of kitcheny bar restaurant-y family that you're born into, you're wanting to walk away from that, explore the world a little bit more, and there is a grieving. There's a period of time. Grandpa's gone. Papa's older. The powers that be that would have held you back or held you secret and safe, enough time has passed. It's been 14 years. You're walking. What are you walking toward? Ugh. You're understanding. There's a betrayal of station, of place. There's a betrayal of uppity person, station, and place that would happen, and it would create heartache to know this, but this is what you want. You want the truth. You want to know. You want to know. You have to know. These come through hugely strongly, and the words that came through are Snow White, evil queen. Basically, if your existence had been known to this other person and their family, and particularly Snow White, evil queen, you would have been ended. It's why the protection and the secrecy was there. Not just that the forces and powers were so affluent and there was power behind those people, but the station of those people, she would have ended you. It's why there was retreat. Why your family of origin on your mother's side closed ranks to protect. There would be too much betrayal, too much heartache. Yeah. Very, very. Yeah. And it would be about status and station not being lost, about greed playing into it from the paternal father's side. She would view that you would ruin her young son's prospects in life. That's what she would view it as. And the father, I wish I could find where that card is. I can't find him. He's here. Anyway, she would view this that you would ruin his prospects. You would ruin his chances. And she would view this that you would ruin his chances. There's something about station, something about legal, something about this is how this goes. And this is a member of our family. And this is how it is to be of the name, to carry our name and be of this family. But here comes this straggler, extra, this product of a betrayal. And that would, she would have gone mental, like crazy. It's why it was done, to keep you separate. You learn this. You learn this. You slowly learn this. You keep the space. This is over the course of time. You learn this. You keep the space. You understand. This is a time where there is this is a time where there is stations and statuses and class systems that must not be defied. You were adopted legally by your stepdad. He raised you. Yeah. Yeah. In this particular life that we're seeing, this is coming through as the protector person that worked in the restaurant, that worked with your mother, or was with your mother, that helped raise. And that would probably come through in stepdad in this time frame. Because so often when we see the past lives, there's a repeat of what happens. There's a repeat in a lot of it. The lessons pick up where they need to pick up, or where we choose for them to pick up. Anything else she needs to know? What about this? It does not feel like once you understood this and once you could see this, it doesn't feel like there was disruption. It feels like you understood the wisdom of them keeping you safe. So it's like a cycle. Yeah, it feels like in this life, you're finishing some things that didn't get to finish in the last one, but that happens a lot. There's a period of leaving the rough waters here. The harsh situation that would have been there. You needed to go to a space, a place that was more geared for growth, where young and growing energy could have been honored. We're back in the past life here. You needed to go where there would not be harshness towards you, harshness directed towards you. Even in this life, in this past life, if they would have presented to you and said, okay, this is the illegitimate child to this person, blah, 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 there still would have been so much harshness, malice is what I'm getting. There would be malice from the other side to have you come usurping when you just were existing. Where in this one, when you're on the other side of that river, when you're on the other side of that social status that is very wide, when you're on the other side of that, there's room for you to grow, peace, and lots of room for expansion and growth on this side. So although the lessons didn't come through, this side had perhaps the more social standing, the more upper class type of thing. This one had middle, lower class type of standing, middle. There's no way that these two worlds would have converged. If you would have tried to do that, it would not have been good. The lessons that you were meant to get, the curriculum that you were meant to get, were for you to be able to expand, for you to be protected by retreat. That's what's coming through. Protected and celebrated. Growth, expansion, in a place where things can grow. I'm getting valleys and flowers coming through strongly on these cards. And I don't know why. I don't know if that's anything to do with where you're at now, but it's definitely to do with where you were at then. It's less cold. It's less rigid and structured. Less fortified by this, less rules. There's more freedom actually in the station of the middle class restaurant, barkeep, kitchener person. There's more freedom there. Anything else? Pay attention, pay attention. What's going on here? The perspective shift that came after the discovery was made when you were older. Sometimes that perspective shift makes people angry, but the perspective shift and the understanding of why it needed to play out and be that way is what's coming through. Anything else about this? The main thing is that you understand that the people that raised you were where you meant to be raised. They didn't do it to deprive you of anything. The people that knew and were in the know didn't put you in this situation and keep you in that situation to keep anything from you, other than malice, other than ill intent, other than harshness that would have been the situation had you been inserted into that world versus staying in the mother's world. That's what I'm getting. That's what feeling like is coming through. That feels complete. Yeah, it feels like the understanding of that is there for you. Yeah, they really, they fought hard to keep your freedom, to keep you where you were. And it feels like the mother's family, the restaurant Kitchener, I just keep calling it Kitchener, that family wanted fiercely to protect you, even if the other aspect of family was going to be denied for a while. That's what I got. All right. That's complete. Holy cow. Yeah. Yeah. It really was a wise choice overall. Really wise choice. They knew what they were doing. They knew it would be difficult, but they knew what they were doing. It wasn't done out of malice. It was done to protect you from malice. So that's what I got. All right. Vika for a mini and a pinch. Okay, let me get a little water, Vika, and then we will do it. Thank you. You needed to hear this. Oh, I'm glad it helped. Yeah, it's very interesting, the things that come through on the past lives. So that's what comes through. All right. So Vika, if you have a question, please let me know, or please type it in the chat. I'm not seeing it here on this, and sometimes it will show a little bit more. Sometimes people type it depending what payment method they use, but I'm not seeing it there. So if you can put your question in the chat for your mini, that's great. Okay, and then we'll go here. Yeah, not seeing that. So that can just be let go for now. Okay. So yeah, I'm not. Come on. I'm trying to get my iPad to play a little bit nicer on this to show, and it's stuck on a screen and it's not letting me get beyond that screen. But for the mini, Vika wanted a love update with Ricky. He's been struggling with his divorce and asked for space. So you wanted. Okay, I'm looking, Vika. Hang on. So we'll just see. To see if we will still love forward in love in the future. Okay, I've got the solar kingdom coming in. I got it, Vika. So we're going to want to see what's going on with Ricky and struggling with the divorce. Okay. What does she need to know? This is really unusual for it to come out so packety and weird, but that's what's coming out. It's coming out very packety and weird. Kim saying that she might have gotten a call. I froze. Okay. All right. Can you guys see me now? Hopefully I'm not frozen. Okay. Okay, I'm back. I don't know why it froze. That was so weird. That's so weird. Okay. So Vika, should you repost? No, I got it. Apparently I got frozen up and I don't know why. But regarding Ricky and the divorce and where this love thing is going on, that it came out in packets. I'm using the Solar Kingdom. I want to look at those, and then I want to look at the high message too. Okay. There's a refusal to see what's being offered here. There's a preparedness on some level, and also somebody that needs to make choices. There's a very, very young energy here, and this is like a hesitance. There's something that's being grieved, and it's to do with the masculine. What's wanted? What's wanted is the Ace of Wands and the Lovers and the King of Cups and the Midday Sun. What's wanted is illumination on this. What I'm getting is he's not ready to create enough of the change. The change isn't happening fast enough. The divorce energy that needs to be, or what needs to go forward, isn't happening fast enough. I don't know that he's really ready to separate, move from this. There's a refusal to see the situation that is right before him and to move forward. 8 of Pentacles, the work that it's going to take. He's still here. It's not happening anytime soon. There's the Tower and destruction coming in here. Then up top, what's the conscious thing you need to know? This is cut the shit. You know your situation better than I, but you might be holding on to false hope. And I don't like telling people that, but what it feels like is he's refusing to see, and you need to suffer no fools. This is feeling like burden to you, burden to you, burden to you. You're hoping for the reward, but this integrity needs to be there, and there needs to be a new start for you coming forward. This isn't me being all judgy. What I'm telling you is he isn't ready to part ways, part ways, part ways. The divorce is still a hot mess, and it's not going to be untangled anytime soon. There's more enmeshment, more entanglement, more knots to untangle and untangle and untangle. It's not my job to tell you what to choose in love, who to choose in love, how to choose in love. I would tell anyone, my sister, honor yourself in love. Do that which honors you, which is true to yourself. I would say that very, very strongly. Now, let's see what else is going on here. What else do you need to know? Because it feels like this is still just going to be a hot mess for a while. Full in anxiety. You want the new start. You're trying to choose. He's trying to choose. There's a 7 of Wands. You need to be clear on what your boundaries are going forward. What do you want for family? What honors you and your feminine? And there is something about territorialness or fever dream coming in here. When the Queen of Wands is in reverse, it can be a sign of fever dream. Queen of Swords is what you need to hold to. There needs to be... What I'm getting is you need to allow for some space between you and this person for things to cool, so you can be very, very clear about what it is you actually need in the relationship, regardless of where the status of his divorce is. There's no quick separation happening soon. There's no quick thing here. There's no quick justice coming in here soon. What's coming in is your mind is being messed with, and it's a little bit tricky. I would definitely allow for space. If not, this relationship may not be ever what he promises it to be. This relationship may not be what it is that you need to be in, even though there might be a lot of things that are comfortable or feel right, or a lot of ways that you understand each other. It feels like fever. It feels like if you get a sliver and then it gets infected, it feels like fever. It feels like it's not good. This isn't because somebody's on their moral high horse here. That's not my spot. That's not my place. But what I'm telling you is there is so much entanglement with this other person that it's almost like if you got a snake bite, you'd get the venom out of you. If a rattlesnake bit you, you'd get the venom out of you and move on and survive it. And this is what it feels like this is. It feels more like snake bite energy than a true love energy. And it feels like this person is going to be making choices, trying to deliberate, dragging it out. So is this other one. I would take the space. I would take space for the summer. I would do something completely different. This does not feel good for you, for your heart, for you specifically. Feels like what his world and his mess, he's shit in the bed, he needs to clean it up, and it's not your bed to be in. Let him clean up that space. It's like yeah. What I'm getting is this one isn't good for your soul right now. I would take the space and I would move forward. If you can move on, I'd move on. I know that sounds really, really harsh or really, really strong, but I don't know what you're getting out of this relationship, and I don't think that this person cares what you're getting out of it. I think he's getting enough of his needs met in various different ways, and you are getting the short end of the stick on this one. That's what it feels like, honest to goodness. And I wish it wasn't so. I wish I could tell you something totally different, or like, this is what's happening, boom, boom, boom. Based on the energy in those cards, I would enjoy the space that you're taking. I would spoil yourself rotten, because if this is the circumstance you're in, you need to take care of yourself, honey. And you need to have all of the happy and all of the validation and all the self-care and self-love that you can. And your girlfriends that are strong girlfriends, that are good friends like sisters, that aren't going to water shit down, they're going to be there to support you and to help you, not to pick apart your choices. Take the space. Spoil yourself. That's what I'm getting. That's complete. Wow. Wow. We get some water. Yeah. Taking some space isn't a wrong thing to do. And if there's reason for a relationship that is, do I see him coming to conversation this week? No. No. I see him in a space of refusal. There was that Four of Cups that came through very, very strong. It's like you're offering something that could be emotionally good for him, and he isn't coming to that space. He's moody, broody, just no, I did not see that at all. At all. No. I'm just a minute, I'm gonna snoop for a minute. 1 second. I want the deviant moon. 1 second. Anything else she needs to know or see? There is such resistance and reluctance to this. You were thinking to have a conversation to see where you were at, or closure at least, rather than ghost. You know what? You might feel like you need that. If he felt like he needed that, he'd already be on the phone with you. You're trying to hold your value, hold your space, hold on to something. And he's player, player, lady slayer, offering the Knight of Cups. These two coming in as a pair, he is not her equal. This is player, player, lady slayer, false hopes, promises, promises, dreams, dreams, dreams. This is not the one you want in battle with you. What is he going to do? Throw the cup at somebody? No. Queen of Coins knows her value, knows her worth. No, I think that you might like closure. You might like something to have a finality and a finish. And I think that he might just try and string you along because he likes having options. So you won't get that. I would go for the space. Anything else? Yeah. Clear out. This is coming through as reverse King of Wands. Ego and narcissism, that kind of thing comes in the way. Liking to have followers, but really shitty at the intimate relationships. Likes to be the leader, likes to be big man on campus, that kind of thing. Very imagey. No, let it end. Let it end. You can't crawl back to it, to what was glorious or what you thought was good. It needs to end. Anything else? No. There's something else that he is working on that needs to be finished. This is not you and he. This is different. There's something else that's karmic lesson that he's having to learn. Victory comes for you when what? When the sword of truth is there, you're surrounded by your friends that lift the glass to you. This is the three women lifting the glass. And the secrets and deception and lies end because you honor the inner wisdom. Yeah, it's not changing. I wouldn't expect closure. I wouldn't expect a conversation. You don't need to have a conversation to be done with him. That's what I'm getting. That's the energy that's coming through. And some people like to string other people along, just to string them along, just to kind of hedge their bets or have options. And it's not a very kind way to do a real relationship if you're really invested in it. That's just what I got. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, Vika, honey. I'm sorry. I think that the lesson that you can get from this relationship is great, but moving forward is also important for you. A pinch for you. Let's see what the pinch says. Charm, Vika. Thank you, Kim. Okay. Let's see what's coming through. Pretty substantial pinch. Okay. Everything is coming through very, very backwards in this. All right. Very interesting. All right. So I'm going to go looking at it from here. It's moving this way. It's moving this way. This is like the fool's start. The fool's start. You're needing to go down the rabbit hole again. Take the fool's start. Take the fool's start. Take the leap of faith. Something you're attached to doesn't serve. You need to go through something a little bit differently. This is like the magical horse coming through, and then the dragon that you're fighting, the butterfly energy coming through. There's something very fierce that's happening here. There's something a little bit nostalgic over here that's coming through that is not what you need it to be. It feels like fool's gold coming through here. Then you've got here the bird of peace and understanding your strut. Now, we saw that Queen of Coins come through. This is something, peace when you know your value, know your worth, and you start strutting in a different way. The Wascally Wabbit energy coming through twice. Look at this. Oh my gosh, I've never seen this. Now, these are fairly new charms, but I have never, ever seen... Look. Okay, I'm going to move these closer, but you can see how they're laying here. This is the Wascally Wabbit. This is the Trickster Rabbit coming through. This is the one that needs to move forward, but there's trickery afoot, and you need to move away from what you've attached yourself to. There's trickery afoot. This is very, very tricky, rabbit energy. If you want the new start, yeah, that's crazy. If you want the new start, you need to move away from that. And things will be multiplied, and this is where you want to have the energy coming through. Right here, this is the energy that I want to see coming through. Go into the cards here. I want to know about these three, because you've got the way it should be going is this way. You're going backwards. It's like you're fighting a dragon while you're trying to become butterfly, while you're trying to transform and enjoy this new freedom and move forward and enjoy flight. But it's traveling backwards. This wants to go forward, wants to go forward, wants to go forward. And nostalgia and fool's gold holds you back. Move that out of the equation. Make room for something different. Make room for something new. You've got the peacock energy here and the peace that comes with it, if you allow it. What comes through here? Knight of Swords, 5 of Wands, 10 of Wands. This is the card of competition and strife and competing and comparison. It doesn't serve. It just acts as a burden, weighs you down. You can allow for that to be in the past and move forward in direction. Move forward. Ride differently. Ride faster towards the truth. The truth and what it is that you want to have for you going forward. Huge, huge. What else is coming through here? There will be a time alone that is necessary, a time on your own to recover from this is what it feels like is happening. The trickster rabbit needs to be let go of, and the down the rabbit hole in a better way, taking the fool's leap. This one is always the fool for me. That's what needs to come in instead of these tricky rabbits. Also, yes, competition, comparison, and the interchangeableness, the compete and compare. This guy wants his cake and wants to eat it too is what it comes through as. And it feels like you actually already know this and you're ready to move forward into something different rather than be tricked, be tricked, be tricked. You need to be seen as what you are instead of what somebody else is trying to force upon you. Anything else in the charms? River and flow in your crown. Oh, okay. This is you flowing towards your crown, understanding your worth again. This is the crown. Here's the peacock here. You see. The peacock is right there. Flip this down for later. Peacock is right here. Your crown is right here. If you flow forward, instead of trying to go upstream, then you're going to understand your worth, get your crown, and you'll be in flow. You'll be moving towards what you want. This guy is a good lesson. Getting in the flow in this summer feels like what needs to happen. The attachment of what was there needs to be released. You need to move forward, move forward, move forward. Yeah, there's something about nostalgia and there's a familiarity of this lesson that you can be done with. Anything else? The crown and the peacock energy are coming through. Be on the lookout for literal peacocks, literal peacock feathers, literally the color of peacock blue. Sometimes it's a cobalt blue. Be on the lookout for that kind of color, that kind of energy. I don't know what that's about. And like actual live peacocks. So maybe you need to go to the zoo. Maybe you run into somebody and all of a sudden it's like, well, we don't usually have this peacock here, but here it is. Who knows what this is about? But there needs to, something about the peacock energy needs to return where you have your strut, you have your pride back, you have your sense of self a little bit stronger. And more potently there for self is what I'm getting. More potently standing in your own power. Anything else from Mystic Soul for her? Yeah, more potently standing in your own power. Kicking ass and taking names is going to be happening down the track. You need to trust that you can do this. That's what I got. That's a wild one, but that's what's come through. That's where it needed to come through and how it needed to come through. And that's coming through really clear. That this is a time for you to grow, expand beyond what you've been to and with him, and coming into your own strength and power again, coming into your own peacock time. You're welcome, honey. You are so, so welcome. You're welcome. Okay, what's next, Kim? Let's see what's going on next on the list. And I'm not sure. My iPad just turned itself off here, so we'll see if there's anything else there. List is clear. Okay, then maybe we'll call it for today. If you guys have any other questions that are like, want to see a deck or anything like that, let me know. I will be back on Monday for sure. I don't know if Phil and I are going to go on this weekend or not. We'll see. We'll see what's going on. I don't know for sure if he's going to want to come on Friday or not. And tomorrow we're having the spider people over to help deal with that, so that'll be fun. But anyway, that's what's going on. So I think probably we'll close the show for now and we'll let it be. And then I will see you guys Monday at 11. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I love, love, love doing this. And I was thinking maybe I'll start going through the guidebooks on Tuesday on the tube and do some stuff over there. So if that sounds like something that might be interesting, be thinking on it, let me know. I think I might be starting doing that next Tuesday, I guess. So that would be on different platform, but just letting you know, putting it out there. All right. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.